What's up? Stopped at Stanley Park, obviously. It's such a beautiful day. But I'm heading to the gym. I just came to walk the dogs. And I want to just show, because I get questions on what I eat. And I don't necessarily count macros, although I know what range I should be in terms of like calories and nutrients and whatnot. I try to make sure I have tons of protein. And I find that when you eat whole foods, you don't necessarily need to count macros, sure, because that's like your protein, carbs, and fats, but you don't necessarily need to care about how much calories you're taking in. Controversial, hot take, my take, what works for my body, okay? So I need to record again so I can tell you guys what's going on. Also, to the people that on Facebook that watched my story from yesterday, the first minute was missing, so I watched it back and I'm like, why does this not make sense? Why am I bitching about a paycheck? But anyway, sometimes it connects to Facebook, it doesn't. I have to figure out my Facebook. I've just been letting things from Instagram go to Facebook and screwing up everything for Facebook, like my monetization, so I have to go back and fix everything. So I apologize in advance if you're gonna see me double post things. But anyways, so for my gym today, do we not remember my oatmeal? Always. Now, my friend is coming. My friend. Women have friends that come when they hit puberty. So I add a little bit more toppings to the top. When normally I'll add protein powder, because literally if you add enough of these toppings, which I add peanut butter and jam, you're pretty much eating your calories for the day. You know what I mean? Like, so you gotta be careful of stuff like that, okay? That's first and foremost, okay? So, in terms of the oatmeal, I always do 1/4 of a cup. I think the oatmeal you can do 1/3, but I still do 1/4 because once you add water to it, I don't do overnight. Like sometimes I will, but I like it hot, so I like, it's still warm, By the time I'm done the gym and I eat it, and sometimes I'm hungry, I'll eat it now. But it just depends, but I like to have it for after, it's a really good carb. I know a lot of people don't like oatmeal. I love oatmeal. I could eat oatmeal every day, and as you guys see, I have. I also do protein pancakes. I'm gonna do that next, but those take a little bit a while to get ready. And I like my food fresh. Like my food needs to be hot, or else it's not food. I stay hungry. I don't know. It's weird. I like the texture in my mouth. Is it texture, or I like the temperature in my mouth of the food to be hot. Okay. I also brought rice, and I brought ground beef. Okay. I brought rice and ground beef, but I'm starving right now and I don't want to have my oatmeal because the oatmeal will be a little bit more heavy. So what I'm doing is I'm eating my rice cold. White rice. Don't be afraid of rice. I've been eating rice for years and I have abs, okay? What I've learned, and I didn't make it. Like I didn't create our bodies. I'm not God, okay? So take it up with God. But what I've learned, what happens to our bodies is the longer you don't eat carbs and you don't figure out a way to work with your body so that it's okay eating carbs, when you introduce carbs back, you're going to see a significant weight gain. Maybe not fat gain, or maybe a bit of fat, but because it's just reintroducing it to the system, and it's tough. Okay, and it's tough to look at the scale. Like we're bitching about looking at the scale and it being too heavy already. So now imagine you eliminate an entire food group and then you have to reintroduce it. So done that mistake so many times. I'm telling you, like I've been in and out. I hated my body since I was 13. I thought my body looked a certain way. I grew up watching Pamela Anderson, and then I would see other girls try on clothes. I would try on clothes. I'm like, why does it not look that good on me? And ever since then I've been in the gyms. So anyways, the rice. So you have all the rice here, and then I have my ground beef. But what I'm doing now is I'm going to eat my rice first. And I'm going to save my meat for after the gym, because protein after the gym. I have had my protein source already for the morning. I had eggs. So that's that. Okay. Number 2, people watch me when I do it and they're like so interested. I'm like, do you just want to see what I'm doing? Like, I mean, they're like, just ask. Like, they're like literally like peeking out the window. Like, I'm nobody. I'm talking to my mom. This is my mom. Anyways, mom. No. I also have protein powder. Y'all, I'm so dumb. I kept talking, not realizing freaking Instagram best filters. 1 minute videos. Are you kidding me? I kept talking and then I look up and it's like me replaying. I'm like, okay. Huh. Anyways, now I totally forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, the protein powder. I will have it when I need something sweet. And I'm trying not to eat candy or chocolate or whatever. Now, with that being said, I listened to Jay Cutler's podcast. If you guys don't listen to it, I will link it. Oh my God, I love him. I love him as like someone that I look up to. My all-time favorite athlete though, hands down, Deion Sanders. I'll get into that another day. But Deion Sanders has never drank in his life, has never done drugs. And he's raised 3 amazing young men. I'm just so like, you know, and he's an athlete. I just look up to him a lot, okay? But Jay Cutler also is one of those guys I look up to. And in fact, I've gotten to love him even more by listening to his podcast. And let me get into it in the next slide because it's about to finish. This is exactly why Akimi, one of my best friends, tells me that I need to have a podcast because, like, I just do not stop talking. Okay. Listen to Jay Cutler's podcast. He had Milosh on. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but I love him because he reminds me of our Milosh from Gold, you know? Hi, Milosh! I've told Milosh this. We listened to Jay's podcast together with Milosh on. In fact, the podcast that I'm talking about, the one specific episode, I will also link. And if I don't, you guys message me for it. The first 17 minutes were the most informative 17 minutes of my life that I got so much from that 17 minutes than I've gotten in my 25 years of being in the gym and bodybuilding and about nutrition. So when I had first started going to the gyms, BCAAs were a huge thing. Now, I don't know if you know, we have like 9 branch chained and essential amino acids that are in our body. I actually took a picture of it. And not because I'm trying to be a nutritionist or something, it's just for my own knowledge. I'm just trying to like fit the pieces together. Because again, Milosh is also someone that I look up to. So when Milosh the bodybuilder, Milosh my friend too, I love him, but Milosh the bodybuilder, because when he was just talking, I was like in awe. Like I'm very like attracted to people that are very smart and can teach me things. Like teach me something, you know? Don't talk about what you did last weekend, teach me something. So anyways, with that, totally tangent, ADHD. He was saying that EAAs have become the most essential and important supplement in the world, more so than protein. Why? Because the BCAAs that our body naturally produces, I think there's 6 of them, or maybe the BCAAs are 3, and the EAAs is 6. Once this little 1 minute finishes, I'll go and check and I'll come back and continue the video. But they actually help break down protein in your cells, okay? So they essentially help protein synthesis in your cells. And that's why the 3 macros are so important. Okay, so there are 9 amino acids that our cells need. 3 of them are branch chained, which our bodies reproduce naturally. 6 of them are essential amino acids, which we do not reproduce. We have to get from outside sources. Hence, why EAAs are now so popular, okay? When I had first started in bodybuilding, they weren't as popular. Like, I would just be drinking BCAAs. And then now I've come to learn that, in fact, EAAs are more important because we don't produce these. So it's a good to have a combination of both, of course. But, like, I go crazy and I buy tons of EAAs, different flavors. And that's what I have intra-workout. And I mix it with glutamine and creatine, okay? Glutamine for muscle recovery and to help with the protein synthesis, and creatine also for like just pumps to the muscle. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So yeah, that's what I mix into my drink when I'm at the gym. And the reason that I have it is because it's sweet, you know. And when you're in the gym, you're obviously working out, and like your blood sugar kind of drops, you know. And so this is like the next best thing. It's like it's perfect so that when I just need that burst of like sweetness so I don't faint, I always have EAAs. Sometimes I don't drink at all. My other bad thing is I take a full thing of coffee with me, so I'm walking around like this. I swear I started my Stanley trend at my gym because like I have like, I know. So this is why I'm broke. I have so many different Stanley cups, okay? And I literally use the same 3 colors all the time. I don't even use all the sizes. Like, this is the only one that fits in the car. I don't know why I keep buying them. That's another story for another day. But I drink my coffee, and then in between I drink my EAAs. Okay? Again. Another car pulled up next to me, and they're like watching me talk. I'm like, oh God. Sounds smart. Anyways, there's no easy way. Like, I'm not a nutritionist, okay? Don't have a degree. I'm not a kinesiologist. I am not a doctor. I just work out and essentially work on my body and always trying to improve my nutrition, health. So these are just things I picked up from people. So that 17 minutes of that Jay Cutler podcast with Milos in it, Milos explaining why EAAs, he thinks, in his opinion, are the most important supplement now in the world, more so than protein powder, is because what's the point of having protein if your cells are not synthesizing the protein, which is what the amino acids do, okay? So he's like, you could live off of you could live off your amino acids without protein. But if you're having protein and your cells are not working properly, you can't live forever, you know? In fact, in his opinion, so hence why the EAAs are so important, because you could essentially you can just live off of them, okay? So I started doing the EAA thing, and everyone's like, why EAAs? Why not BCAAs anymore? I'm like, oh, because I just heard that they don't naturally produce. Then I heard the podcast. So now when people ask me, I just listen to the podcast. It's the first 17 minutes. It's a 2-hour podcast. I mean, I listened to the whole thing, but the first 17 minutes, so informative. I made Akimi listen to it. I made Mike listen to it. I made Milos listen to it. I made my brother. Made Mercedes, my daughter, listen to it. Because essentially your cells, again, back to the basics of what I was talking about with my food, need 3, that was my dash cam, need 3 nutrients to survive your body and to just be healthy. And those are fats, carbs, and proteins. So when you eliminate carbs, you guys, no good. Try to work with your body. Try to figure out your body so you realize what you need and how much exercise or what you need to do so that you can mitigate the weight, just to mitigate the bloat or whatever of the carbs. So what works for me is I can have rice and I don't get bloated. I don't, everything is good. Everything works good. What I do is I put it in the rice cooker. I bought a Persian rice cooker that makes the taddy. And whoever knows Persian food, you know the crispy part. Well, us Persians have a specific one that can make it, right, at the bottom. I don't add oil. I don't add salt. Sometimes my friend comes over and he makes it and I can just see it's like glistening when he gives me the rice. Well, you put oil in this, didn't you? He's like, just a little bit. Hi, human. But nothing, and it works for me. I can have mounds of it. And hence what I'm doing right now. I don't feel bloated and I can continue to work out, okay? So back to my food. So now I'm eating my rice because I'm starving. Which I'm happy about, because that 2 weeks off kind of made me feel like I gained everything back. But within 5 days, I was back down to my weight that I was before. I should listen to my own advice. It's just the water weight. So reviewing everything, I had my eggs. Then I have this. I don't count this as breakfast. I just count it as a meal. Something to keep me full if I'm starving. Plus it has that sweetness. Typically for after the gym, it's just nice and you can also substitute the toppings for protein powder, which I do. I have really good protein powders. Contact me. I'm in the works for doing something right now. I'm not going to tell you guys. I'll lure you in, though. No, just kidding. Once it's finalized, I will post. Let's just say I'm going to be a brand ambassador for something that sells supplements. So we are just in the final steps of... It's a chopper. But in the final steps of finalizing that. And then I can refer you guys, and you guys get discounts as well. So... then I have my rice and my ground beef. Do I count it? I mean, I get extra lean ground beef. There's still going to be fat in it, but I can't do chicken. I'm sorry. Yeah, did not mean to, but I can't do chicken. It's very rare that, oh my God, I can't do chicken that, and I especially can't do chicken that sits in the fridge and then I have to reheat it. I'm sorry. I can't. I don't know what it is about chicken, okay? I don't eat lamb. I don't eat chicken. I mean, I eat chicken here and there, but it's just very, very seldom. Lamb, never in my life. No. Lamb. Beef is my go-to. So, but I'm not competing. So, I'm not, I'm just trying to be for me. I'm not trying to get I'm trying to be lean for me. I'm not trying to be stage weight lean. So I will have extra lean ground beef. And then other sources, there's cottage cheese, there's things like that you can do. Yogurt, Greek yogurt. Are those the best? No. But, best for protein as opposed to meat? Probably not. But I also have my collagen. So many different things that I can do to kind of make sure that But now with that being said, how many meals a day do I have? It depends how hungry I am. I try to play mind games with myself and not fill up my entire bowl. But one thing that's amazing about working out, and this is why we live in the gym, us gym people, once you start working out and feeling good, you naturally start to watch what you eat. And if you eat bad, you feel like crap. You know what I mean? So, my weaknesses though are 1000% fast food. Oh, you guys, McDonald's, like, don't hate, okay? I work there. It's not what people say it is, okay? But any type of fast food, In-N-Out, Chick-fil-A, that's the American ones. McDonald's, A&W, Wendy's, like, I am such a sucker for fast food, like, but I haven't eaten fast food in so long. Because I really have to watch it, because I will just go, like, I will binge. I'm ADHD, so I binge. I'm also an addict, so I binge. So I have to really watch. Okay, with that being said, I think that's about it. That's all I have on me right now, because I have something for pre and for after. You guys, if anyone has questions, let me know. I'm going to do a full, like, more, wow, I was really close there. You can see, like, my eyebrow hairs. I will do a full day of eating when I get a chance. My life's just so hectic right now, like, really, like, it's just, like, so on the go. But oh yeah, last thing that I want to say before I head out, you guys, you know that saying, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail? Or yeah, you know, if I don't have foods with me on the go, I'll be like, oh no, I can't eat McDonald's. You know what I end up doing? Buying a bag of candy, because I need that sweetness, you know, especially because I work out. So you have to make sure that you do whatever you can to prep your food. Doesn't need to be a week's worth, but wake up early enough, or have the ingredients ready so you can toss it. Like, I know sometimes, like, I mean, Mercedes eats really good as well. She eats, like, pretty much what I eat, you know? And Mercedes has got to a point where she cooks her own food now, because, like, I hate being in the kitchen. So she's a chef. And I'm like, but she really is a chef, because she makes all this food and she doesn't eat it. I'm like, what's the point of making all this food and not eating it? And then, like, Human's a chef, so she's learned from him, you know? And then he's like, well, chefs don't eat their own food because we cook it all day long. She's not in the kitchen for 8 hours. She just cooked it half an hour ago and she doesn't eat it. She takes a bite and then there it goes. But one thing I stay away from is the fast food, and another thing is pasta. Stay away from those freaking pastas, man. I'm telling you right now, I don't know what they put in the pastas. Like, and if you're Italian, I know that you cook it yourself. I see some of my friends make their own tomato sauces. So y'all make your own freaking pastas, okay? But then, like, do not. Someone just waved at me, so I waved back. I think she thinks that she knows me. But do not eat the pastas from here. Do not eat them in boxes. Nothing. Yeah, just nothing that comes in a box. So what I've started doing, and you guys have seen, I'll focus on it more, but it's just, I don't want to whip up the camera all the time. I already show you guys everything that I do in the gym, and, like, that's my passion. But I make my own bread, you know, or I try to. My own bagels, you know, like TikTok recipes, you know, and they turn out great. Pasta, I have, like, the KitchenAid, you know, and it comes with the pasta maker, and there's also the shreddy that you can shred, like, zucchini and make pasta that way. Butternut squash, just buy it frozen, shred it, and then have that as pasta, you know. But whatever's in the pastas in these boxes that I get from the store, I can't. I'm TMI, but just my stomach is in ruins, and, like, I'm literally, like, my bowel movements are crazy for the next few days. I can't do the pastas, so I haven't eaten pasta in years. That sucks, because I really love it. Now, I'm not saying don't eat pasta at all, but I'm just saying, if there's a way that you can maybe have it where it's from somewhere that you can grow it yourself, or you can make it yourself, or people have handmade it, I would suggest that over what you buy in supermarkets, okay? Like, I cannot wait till I go to Europe and go to Italy and have the authentic pasta, you know? Even my pizzas, like, I'll order pizza, but I'll order a cauliflower crust pizza, because I don't get bloated. My stomach doesn't even extend. And, like, I naturally just bloat, you know what I mean? So I naturally had, like, a layer of, like, tummy when I was younger, not to mention with the kid, you know. And when I went to get my surgery, the doctor even said, because he did a bit of lipo, he said, it's going to be a lot more saggy skin, but when I get really lean, as you guys have seen in my photos, the skin just stays at the bottom, and it's not so bad. But is it healthy to be that lean all the time? Probably not, you know. again, total tangent, and sorry I went off that way, but I'm just saying, like, this type of topic, which I will get into so much more, there are so many hills and valleys to it. There's so many avenues that you can go. There's so much resources. There's so many things out there. You have to figure out what works for you, you know? Another thing that I'm going to say, and this is going to be a hot take, don't freaking hate me. I didn't create our bodies, but alcohol is a killer. I'm just telling you right now. Like, I see people die from 3 things the most. Fentanyl, obviously, it's a poison. There's no overdose, it's a poisoning. Alcohol, because of liver failure, and drunk driving, or whatever the heck that entails. And cigarettes, because it causes lung cancer. And I would say that out of the 3 of them, alcohol and cigarettes are like so much more common than everything else, you know? So now I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying what I think is the best. I'm not just saying this because I'm sober. I'm only sober because I'm an addict, okay? Like, I can't even imagine my life any other way. Like, I can't even imagine going to have 1 glass. Like, if I'm going to have 1, I need to finish the whole damn thing because we're throwing a party up in here, you know? Like, and a lot of the other things that came after that, which we all know what my addictions are. I'm not going to get into it. It's a huge story, and I'm ADHD. I'll go off, but like, you know, as women, we always want to be thin. So when drugs can make you thin, what the hell not? You know? Some days I'm in the gym and I'm doing a hip thrust and I just sit there. I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to walk the fuck out and be like, you know what? I'm going to get fat. Forget it. I don't want to do this no more. You know what I mean? But we can't do that. You know? Like, I got to remind myself, like, that's not an option. That's the easy way out, you know? And everything that I really want in life is hard. Anything that anyone wants, it's hard work. And with that being said, yes, it's hard. Trust me. You will lose friends, but you'll gain friends. You'll gain a new life. And like, I still know people that don't drink nothing and they still have massive heart attacks at the age of 60 and they drop dead, you know? And they were runners, or, you know, like they ate healthy, or they never smoked in their life and all of a sudden they have lung cancer. We can't predict it, but at least we can do what we know and feel good that we're doing the best that we can. You know what I mean? That's just my TED Talk for the day. See, all these tangents. It's just, this is a topic that's very like controversial. You can go so many different ways with it. But work on yourself from the inside out and it will come. Train to be an athlete. Don't train to be skinny. You're going to lose it. Eat good because you want to feel good. Don't eat good because you want to get skinny, because once you get skinny, you're going to not eat that way anymore, because like the goal to get skinny is actually a very short-term and short-lived goal. And we all know that, because and I know all of you women that are going to get to this point in my video and watch this know that we've all gotten skinny, but we all put it back because our only goal was to get skinny. So once you get skinny, what's the goal after that? Tweak your goals a little bit. You know what I mean? It's something so little. Like, I don't make big resolutions. I don't believe in them. My goal for this year was to completely stop drinking Diet Coke, because I was like an addict. Duh. And like to stop eating candy. The 2 weeks that I was like not in the gym because I'm not, you know, feeling myself and whatnot, I ate a bit of candy and I had Diet Coke. But am I beating myself up over it? No, because at the moment I did. But now I'm like, you know what, actually, like, it's okay if I have a Diet Coke once in a while, but I'm not buying cases and having 2 a day. You know, if I go out to dinner with my mom's, or like my friend comes over, we'll buy some, you know, it's like a way of chilling. But like, those are the 2, and I've reduced so much. Like, I used to have a bag of candy a day and now I don't have it. Now, is it hard? Of course it's hard. If it was easy, cliche, everyone says this, everyone would be freaking like Vin Diesel, Dwayne The Rock Johnson walking around, okay? Like, it's so hard. It's so freaking hard. It's like recovery for me, like, to stay sober. Like, I have to wake up and manually put it in my head, like, think, okay, today we're not touching anything, just for today, as they say in, you know, those things. I'm not part of a 12-step program, so I'm not trying to promote it. And I recover out loud because I want people to know that that's what I do. So don't come at me. But like, you know, I have to do the same thing with, okay, today, what's my goal? Gym. I said it the night before. Okay, my food's ready, you know. I have all the ingredients ready. Just got to prep it together. Like, you have to, back to what I was saying, you have to plan it or else you'll fail at it. And it's extremely hard. I'm not trying to tell you that it's easy. I'm 40 years old and I'm still trying to figure it out. So, but you can do it. Because it's never too late. I promise. One really quick thing I want to say is also like, think about the gym this way. This might change your perspective. As we get older and you lose weight, you're going to have saggy skin, because it just happens. Like, it will sag, you know? But if you gain muscle, it will tighten that skin up. When you lose weight too fast, you will always have saggy skin. But if you bodybuild and it's a gradual process, that skin will tighten eventually. Just like our stomachs. You know what I mean? Like, I'm astonished when I'm so lean that my stomach is like, because the skin sort of shrinks, you know? It's not extended anymore. Just think about it that way, okay? You don't want saggy skin. And I know most of the people that I follow and follow me back are like older. They're my friends, my age. We want to look good. We want to feel good. And what's the point of being skinny but like our arms are flapping around, you know? Trust me, it's a slow and steady process, okay? Process. It's a journey. It's never a destination. If you make a goal like, I'm going to be skinny, that becomes a destination. Because once you get to where you want to go weight-wise, what's the next step? It's like the game of Monopoly. Every time you pass go, your goal changes. But like in Monopoly, you can keep playing forever, right? So it's like that, you know? You can take breaks, right? Of course. Come on. Like, I get sick of it sometimes, you know? Like, I don't miss the exercise, but I get sick of going to the gym, you know? But like the goals, like, keep your goals, you know? Keep them realistic. I swear to you, the smallest goal becomes a monumental change in your life, okay? Don't do everything at once. If you're just getting into the gym, just focus on the gym. Focus on your food later, because that will come eventually with the gym, you know? Anyways, I gotta go. I gotta go to the gym. Damn. That was huge. If you have questions, message me, okay? I gotta go.